Hera Rose.
She's going to be taking on the last dragon, Hera Rose.
Young lady is certainly
JJ.
Hera Rose, the last dragon, has really made a name for herself, even at such a young age.
Training also out of Alpha Miami as well as Siri Jiu-Jitsu.
Now this matchup coming down to the mat right now, Jay, is one that we were talking about a little bit off air, one that you're particularly excited for.
Yeah, Sasha Karbanovich out of BTT Taunton taking on Steven Ortiz out of AOJ. This is going to be a very, very exciting match to start the day off here with FloZone. Little Stevie, incredible wrestler. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's funny with these kids. They got like Instagram profiles that are, you know what I mean? They're picking up steam. Stevie out of AOJ, representing the United States of America, taking on Sasha Karbanovich, representing Brazil at a Brazilian top team Taunton.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the gold medal division. So I want everybody to stand up and make some noise.
All gold medal matches this afternoon, Jake.
Love our announcer. He's bringing the hype for these kids, man.
So for everybody in the stands that are here, and for everybody around the world watching live, I've got one question for you.
We're going to want to head over to mat number 3 for that match. One that you were talking about a little bit, Jay Regalbuto, between Steven Ortiz and Alexander Sasha Karbanovich. I think that's going to be a good match to start out with here. You mentioned the wrestling. You mentioned the dynamic personalities that they've displayed and how they've built themselves. I think that's where we want to start.
A 24-kilogram final here for these 8-year-old boys. And again, it's, Jake, these doesn't look like 2 8-year-olds competing when these start here. It's going to see a much different level than what you'd normally see in like a kids class, right? It's quite the elevated level.
The kids classes are starting with how these kids are learning so much faster. I mean, you see programs like Art of Jiu-Jitsu that are strategizing and growing at such an insane pace. The champions that we see here at the Youth Championship, don't be surprised, like you said earlier, if 6, 8 years down the road, there's some real headlines being made.
And getting to learn.
3-box, the 3 finals, waiting on Stevie Ortiz, but getting right to work here on mat 1 and mat 2.
Yeah, Hera Rose already mounted on top. And again, how this works, just the same as the adult divisions, where first half of the match there's going to be no points. Second half of the match, points will kick in, and if there is an overtime, the overtime will have points as well.
So Nicole Salem, Ocean Ramos.
And they did kick these up an extra minute for all these kids for the championships.
Look at Nicole Salem passing that knee through, trying to go to mount again. She's tried on a couple separate occasions to get that, but Ramos quick to recover the guard every time. And switching.
Okay. Yeah, looks like scooting over to mat number 3 here.
You kind of get a unique perspective here, Jay, on the finals of mat number 1 and mat number 3.
Right. Sasha on top, over there on mat number 3. Tuned into 3, bottom position is Stevie Ortiz. Top position for Sasha Karbanovich.
Looking for the Kimura. Now that Kimura trap is doing a good job of, he's getting his leg through as well. Now it's going to increase the leverage.
Oh boy.
This could be trouble.
On mat number 2, your winner by submission.
Readjusting there.
Interesting that he would bail on the Kimura. That's a good lock on the Kimura.
See him trying to adjust to kind of get it past that hip. Hera Rose going to take the 36.4 kilogram division.
So Hera Rose, the last dragon.
Three mats going. Again, you can tune into each individual mat without commentary. Flow zone, we're going to be popping around here.
Stevie Ortiz going back to that Kimura. You see on mat 1, Nicole Salem just continuing this continuous passing pressure.
2 minutes to go on mat number 1.
Look at this, though. Yeah. Sasha found a small opportunity with the guard open.
And we're still about 15 seconds from points there on mat number 3.
And on mat number 2, this is something that Nicole Salem, or mat number 1, my apologies, Nicole Salem did over and over and over again, cutting that knee through. But every time she would almost land and mount, you see Ocean Ramos just able to recover the guard. And now look at this.
Oh.
Potentially getting the armbar. Forcing Ocean Ramos to turn the shoulder away.
Right into a triangle. Again, these kids with nice transitions, right?
Keeping the triangle, it's a little over the foot. Both legs locked to extend and get a little bit of separation away. Referee Miguel Benitez closely looking at the action.
Short time here, 45 seconds. Gonna have to come out and score a 3 or 4 point move here. Scoring twice is gonna be hard with this much time left. Triangles locked off.
See the crowd getting behind each of these young athletes. Means as much to these parents, I'm sure, maybe even more to these parents in some respects than to the children.
I mean, imagine getting to see your 8-year-old here at the T-Mobile out on the floor.
Absolutely.
Winning ADCC gold. Nice
making a blitz at the 10-second mark. But the grit of Ocean Ramos. She survived the submission, but 2-0 for Nicole Salem is gonna make her the champion.
24.5 kilogram under 8-year-old champion out of Gracie Baja, Nicole Salem. Takes it. Got short time left on mat number 3. Short time left on mat number 3.
Your winner by
Stevie Ortiz, Sasha continuing their barn burner of a match. Oh, but look at this. Ortiz fighting for the back. He has a tight seatbelt. Unable to get both hooks in, though.
Doing such a good job keeping that single hook out. Turns and face. Going to see overtime here.
And Sasha going for a sit-up, or a sit-out, rather, immediately as he escapes the back. And again.
All right, we're going to go to 2.5-minute overtime here, and they'll start them immediately. 2.5 minutes for gold, Jake. So points will be on. Again, Ortiz, the black ADCC gear, black and red gear.
Seems though Sasha,
yeah.
Sasha needing some encouragement from
Kel Figueroa. Let's see.
Oh,
boy.
That. The camera zooms in.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate,
Yeah,
but that happens.
for sure.
You know what? You got to applaud the effort of, you know, just wanting to go out there and put everything on the line in the final. But that will, Jay, make Steven Ortiz the champion. No?
We'll see. They may. You see them going over to the corners. I don't know if they're going to see if he's okay.
Absolutely. You know, Steven Ortiz and Sasha, they had, I mean, it was a great match. Like you said, a lot of high-level wrestling on display. I think what that just goes to show is that even kids they get tired.
Yes,
And when you have that kind of a match, that kind of tenacity and intensity, it's a lot. It's a lot of a burden. The ADCC rule set, even for these youths, it is difficult. It's a difficult rule set to compete under.
Yeah, it's not like they kind of ease up on that whole action, calls for action and warnings. They're making them push that pace the entire time. And out here in T-Mobile, you know what I mean, a giant crowd watching you, a lot on the line, you know, to take it, you know, all the way to overtime. Again, extra minute added to all these kids' times as well. So it's good to see them pushing the pace like this.
Yeah, so we've barring any further news or knowledge of how that match is actually going to turn out, whether it'll be disqualification or whether they will continue after a short break. We have crowned 2 other champions, though.
Yes.
Right? I believe it's
Nicole Salem out of Gracie Baja takes the 24.5 under 8 kilogram division. And then we had the Last Dragon, and she's been in this since the first one, man, since Costa Mesa. Hera Rose takes it at the 36.4 kilogram division for the 8 and under females.
Yep. When you see Mo Jasm put on Instagram Lives to spread information about ADCC and the news and the updates and everything that you got to keep up with to follow along with the crazy upward trajectory that Mo has ADCC on. Hera's in every single one of them. Always talking, always promoting herself, always talking to the crowd. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to toss a quick break. We'll be right back with more action from the ADCC Youth Championship.
And your winner on mat number 3.
They ignored your potential, dissed your achievements, and mocked your ambition. But it's not the critic who counts, and you know that. From the beginning, you couldn't be stopped. Breaking resistance with every swing and block. Your game plan never changed. So enjoy this moment, the one they said you'd never live to see. Some still call it luck. Let them. Because you know what it's always been. Inevitable.
CPI, stem cells, they could do some wild shit down there.
My shoulder was jacked. I went down there, worked, man.
Eric Anders' neck was up, and then he went down and got stem cell treatment. Now it doesn't bother him at all anymore.
CPI stem cells, 10 out of 10. I highly suggest it. I got stem cells in my knee. My knee is feeling a lot better.
I just come and I do stem cells to make sure that I'm resetting my body and staying healthy.
It regenerates tissue, reduces inflammation. The results are amazing.
When it comes to the science of stem cells, no one comes close to CPI. There's not even a close second.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ADCC Youth Championship. Got our next 3 matches here for the gold medal live at the T-Mobile Arena in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Coming to the mat now, Ignacio Galabas and Damian Areola.
Damian Areola out of Hillion Gracie made his way to the finals, defeating Jake Johnson. And he's taking on Ignacio Galabas out of ATT Abaga, defeating Alexander Levin to make his way to the finals. And it looks like mat number 1, or I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like mat number 1. We're gonna have Jackson Hollis out of 10th Planet Las Vegas, taking on Logan Garcia out of Atos. That's a 27.5 kilogram 8 and under boys final. Mat number 2, we're gonna have Jacob Bagege out of Lansang Jiu-Jitsu, taking on Jason Smansky out of Atos.
And here we go on mat 1.
Got
covering Jackson Hollis, Logan Garcia, both American competitors. You can see the signature Atos insignia on the back of that white rash guard, and they're ready to get things underway.
Oh, there's action all over the place here.
A lot of pressure forward.
Yeah, Garcia,
On mat number 2,
the Atos representative.
your winner by submission, Jason Simonski. He is your new 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion.
As you guys just heard, Simonski with a quick submission. Here you can see it, locking up the guillotine off of a takedown, securing the arm over the top too. And it was everything to try to escape that, but once the hips squared back off and get locked in closed guard, even throwing the body triangle.
Great adjustment.
Absolutely.
28-kilogram champion Jason Simonski out of Atos.
One of the most emphatic submissions of the day so far.
Pumped. Simonski, look at that, cheering for his friend now.
Now, as you can see, Jackson Hollis, Logan Garcia.
And Hollis gonna take it. He's pumped. We got some submissions on this round.
My goodness, that young man is pumped up.
Jackson Hollis at a 10th Planet Las Vegas, 27.5-kilogram champion for your 8 and under boys. Got a little Varela in him, huh?
You got a little bit of Andy Varela in him for sure. I was thinking the same thing, Jay. Now we have another champion, Jackson Hollis. Definitely interested in seeing a replay on that one, Jay, before we head over to mat number 2. Mat number 1 and mat number 3 have been making quick work. Here's a look at that finish. Jackson Hollis, one hook in, still securing the hip with that left leg and finds the rear naked choke.
Again, these kids at this, just so much at more of an advanced level anymore. It's crazy how this game is changing. We got one match going on left.
And that would be actually on mat 3. My apologies. Here we go.
Damian Ariola out of Helion Gracie and Ignacio Galavis out of ATT Braga.
A lot of pressure forward, trying to mitigate this shoulder crunch.
Trying to posture up here. He's got that shoulder crush, looking to turn the position over.
Certainly an interesting spot.
Yeah.
You know, that shoulder crunch can be problematic, but he's keeping his hands connected, trying to tripod and put the pressure forward.
Top position is Ariola, just so we know who's who. Bottom in all black is Galavis. Trying to Kimura up on that arm. I don't have the scissor the head. You see the ref undo the scissor there.
Looked very briefly for that arm saddle position.
And again, the kid's knowledge of the rules too, Jake, like understanding that getting to turtle is going to prevent the score. Like, again, at 8 years old, 7 years old, to be able to do that on a stage like this with a crowd in front of you, amazing, these kids.
The guillotine control.
Now. We are in the points here. Oh, and he gets the tap. That looked like a quick guillotine from there. Looked like hands clasped from that half guard and able to finish it.
It's such a fast finish as well, Jay. We were in the middle of talking about a passing sequence, and then you got the tap.
He connected those hands, turned the shoulder, and got that tap very quickly. Oh, man, what a match. Great set of matches there from these three.
Finishes galore here in the ADCC Youth World Championship. Live on FloGrappling here on FloZone.
2024 ADCC Youth World Champion by submission, Ignacio
Galavis out of ATT Vaga, the under 35 kilogram champion. We move to our next set. 3 subs in that pairing, Jake.
The young Venezuelan makes his name known. Let's take a look at the replay of that finish. Jay, talk us through this.
Yeah, here's the top position. He had the guillotine already over top, had the arm over top.
Able to fight back. He fought back from a bad position earlier on in the match with that mount, and then once he found it from the top, dealing with the complicated guard attacks, finding this guillotine.
Yeah, hands connected. He just starts turning that shoulder. Ignatius able to finish it from half guard. I love how pumped these kids get winning.
It means a lot to them to share the stage with some of their heroes.
All right, first, what's that, 9? No, 6. So first 6 championships out of the way. We have the females getting ready to come back to take the mat.
And we will be back with that very soon. We'll take it to a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Mat number 2 will have Bailey Heinsohn and Ella Desario. To mat number 3, Maria Luisa Honorato. And her opponents, Ashley Elizabeth Weber.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for our next block of finals matches here at the T-Mobile Arena for the ADCC Youth Championship. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Bregobuto, who has seen these young athletes at a majority of the ADCC Opens around the world. Man, what a day it's been already, and we're only in our 3rd block.
Yeah, only in the 3rd block here. Again, these kids are from North America, South America. These Opens are all over Brazil, Mexico, Canada, and the USA. All these kids have medaled, gold medaled in all these events and earned their spot here to be brought in for these Youth World Championships, the first ever Youth World Championships.
As you guys can see here live on FloZone, mats 1 through 3. We're going to take it over to mat number 2.
Yeah, Ella Desario out of Gracie St. Augustine in the all black. Bailey Heinsohn out of AOJ in the colorful spats.
Look at that, single leg, controls the hip, rips down to the ground.
Has Bailey got a hold of her head?
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
But perhaps.
That referee could, there we go.
Ella Desario with the red anklet.
Got that knee piercing through up to the feet now.
Bailey Heinsohn with the floral spats, leggings.
You see how aggressive they are too with the head snapping, the head pushing.
Look at this, shoulder crunch. Might get top position from that. And to your point, Jay, everything very, very intense. And the kids rip it.
Oh,
they get a submission, they pounce on it.
Man, they do. Almost makes your heart stop, Jake, when you're watching these kids, because they get kimuras or arms. Thank God they can't do legs, right? But they get a hold of these arms and they rip. But defensively, these kids are so good as well. They're great with, a technical escape aspect as well.
Knee in the middle. We've seen this more than one occasion today. using that knee cut style
And as we go
passing.
to mat number 1, ladies and gentlemen, your new 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion is...
And we're going to get a replay.
Yeah, it looks
Mat number
like
1 and how it finished.
Petrie out of AOJ.
Oh, look at this seated darce
Look at this.
with the high guard.
Wow.
That's a lot of pressure on the neck.
It really is. What a finish. Maloko Petrie out of AOJ, 29.5 kilogram girls 10 and under champion. Back to Rosario and Henson. Top position for Ella Desario.
Yeah, continuing to try to cut that knee through that bottom leg, proving to be problematic. Blocking the hip.
Points now on. So again, at home, first half of the match, there is no points that can be scored, or points don't take score. After the first half of the match, then points can be scored. Oh wow, she's right to business.
Ella Desario has a high lock. This could be an armbar if she's able to throw that right leg over. She's keeping the legs locked. And the head gets free.
Dude, have the discipline to disengage that leg, to not let yourself get in any kind of, you know what I mean, further trouble there. Desario, very good disengaging that. Oh, wow.
Trying to sweep over the top and both feet on the hips. Had another submission, of course, because the submissions are flying today.
Yes, they are.
On mat 3, let's take a quick look at that. Look how quick this armbar is, Jay. The transition.
Jeez.
Immediately goes from the triangle to the armbar, gets a submission, and that's what we were talking about earlier. When these young athletes find an opening to get a submission, they fully capitalize on the opportunity.
They send it. They send it. 36 kilogram champion Hadley Elizabeth Weber at AOJ takes that for the 10 and under girls. And we have, again, Desario. Bottom position, down 2-0 to Bailey Heinsohn with just over a minute to go, Jake.
And this is actually something that I am very pleased to see out of youth competitors, is utilizing this double under pass. The double under is just a timeless option. It's so good for getting around different guard positions, and you see Bailey trying to employ that, increasing that right arm, just really hugging tight and stacking Ella Desario, which is going to force her to turtle, perhaps.
And she's not accepting it. Look at her doing the correct things too. Desario in a defensive point here. You know, hands on the armpits. Now she finally had to concede to that turtle. Again, still pushing herself back.
And what a great spot for Bailey to fight from, up by 2. But look at this!
Trying to get, and she will get to top from here, but points can't be scored with the submission being locked. Oh, and they're going to end up back top bottom, so score will not change here with 10 seconds left, but what an attempt there.
A glimmer of hope at the end for Ella
Still
Desario.
shooting. Oh, looking to go behind here.
But it looks like Bailey's going to take it.
What a match.
The ability for her to cognitively go for the double underpass there in a clutch situation, being up only by 2 points. And hats off to Ella Desario, the runner-up. An effort at the end that, if she wouldn't have got caught in that guillotine, let's say, maybe it's tied up, goes to overtime.
Again, these kids are experienced ahead of their age so much anymore. But Bailey Heinsohn at AOJ, your under 32 kilogram champion.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with the next block of future champions.
Coming to mat number 1, Lorena Alfredo. And her opponent, Madison Jones. On mat number 2, Ian Mondragon. His opponent, Jesse Wellen Jr.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ADCC Youth Championship. And just to get a perspective of how much it means to these young competitors, take a look at the reaction from our champion. Just them having this stage.
It made me smile just watching it.
Well,
right?
Being a dad helps.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see these young athletes put it all on the line, and I gotta imagine from the perspective of an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old to be competing at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Your tournament is on billboards as people drive by in their cars. It's a huge deal. It can't be overstated. And we bring these next group of future champions to the mat right now, mat 1 through 3, and we highlight mat 2.
Mat 1, you can tune in without commentary if you're not on want to watch the individual match with Jones and Andrietta on mat number 1. On mat number 2, though, we got Ian Mondragon out of AOJ taking on Jacob Ryan out of Wagner Hocha Martial Arts. I'm sorry, Jesse Wellen. Jesse Wellen and Ian Mondragon on mat number 2 here. Mondragon in the LXB gear, Wellen in the all black.
Heavy collar ties early.
29.5 kilogram division here for the 10 and under boys. Mondragon on the guillotine.
Well, got a great single leg, has to get himself out of this position. Continuing to pass to the left is gonna mitigate that choke. As he does, but transition to a Dars. What a transition!
Oh, that's tight, Jake.
Trying to lock up the arm.
Oh, that is tight. Let's see what he can do, Wellen can do to get out here.
Mondragon trying to get his hips back in front to increase the leverage. Now turning to his left.
Hard it off, lockdown on it. He's putting some squeeze on it, Jake, but these kids, they hate to tap, you know?
Well, it's worth mentioning that the left arm of Jesse Wellen Jr. is not in the most ideal spot for this choke, being around the body. If the arm was in front of him, oh, and as I say that, Ian Mondragon.
Oh, man, right into his coach's arms. How cool was that? Ian Mondragon. Dars finish.
And for those of you who have been paying attention to the jiu-jitsu scene for quite some time, you know that just the other day, Kolabate was the age of Ian Mondragon winning tournaments like the one Ian Mondragon just won. But let's take a look at the replay. Transitions to the Dars and look at the torque.
Oh, gosh.
From the guillotine to the Dars, has the leg locked up, securing the hip. And it was everything that Wellen Jr. could do to try to escape his hips. But once you're in the Dars, it's such a difficult submission to extricate yourself from. Ian Mondragon is the champion.
29.5 kilogram champion for the 10 and under boys. AOJ having themselves a day. Again, mat number 1, we have Madison Jones at a Bully Me Now, and Lorena Andretto out of Almeida BJJ on mat number 1. Mat number 3, we got Gabriel Lima at a Genesis Academy and Victor Moraes.
Now, as you can see, a lot of guillotines happening today. It seems that, you know, because there are some kids tournaments, let's say, that may not allow guillotines. They might say guillotines are not allowed, right? But the ADCC rule set most definitely. And we're seeing a lot of those submissions here today.
Top position for Andretto out of Almeida BJJ. Got ADCC champion Bianca Basilia cornering her today. Madison Jones out of Bully Me Now. Bottom position, still got that foot caught.
Knee cutting, or actually using that knee to go to mount, actually.
Just before points too, so she won't get any points for that, but strong position now for Andretto.
A solid position to continue to work from. Trying to ride the knees a little bit higher and go for this arm bar.
Stepped over top of it. Oh, let's see if she could break this connection here, Jake. Good defense so far from Jones.
Using the leg that would typically control the head to push on the elbow. Might get an extension here. It's pressed up against the leg.
She's still got that leg over the head. It's almost like blocking that arm from being able to extend.
Your winner on mat number 3.
Good defense here from Jones.
If she can grab the wrist and pull it in, there we
it
go.
is. That's what you're talking about, Jake.
Here we go.
Tap.
And that's gonna do it. And just like that, another youth champion is crowned here with another armbar. Great adjustment. It's a difficult adjustment to make in that sort of an instance, but able to control the arm.
Yeah, Lorena Andretto, 45.5 kilogram champion for the 10 and under girls out of Almeida Jiu-Jitsu.
And here's a replay of that armbar that we just saw, Jay. Once she was able to get it beyond the leg and control the wrist, and in that inverted position, sometimes it can be a little confusing. It can be a little difficult to see how you're supposed to orient the wrist and control it, but she ends up getting it. And then this one, a lot quicker of an armbar, immediately falls into it. And the toughness of these kids, man.
Genesis Academy's Gabriel Lima, your 32 kilogram champion.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have another block coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jay, as we just saw, a match that we're very excited for coming out to the mat. Ivan Sobolev, Rocco DePalmo. That's an exciting one for sure. But as we've seen throughout all of today, all of these matches are absolute bangers.
They're all exciting. What's also interesting about the Ivan Sobolev and Rocco DePalmo match, these two teams that they are with, Sobolev out of Alpha Miami, and the Atos representative for Rocco DePalma, you see their names heavily throughout these finals, and what they've done, along with these other, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean, so many of these teams have done amazing work with their youth division, or with their youth competitors. Alpha Miami and Atos, AOJ, gonna see those names a lot today. Mat number 1 is gonna have Sobolev and DePalma. Mat number 2, we'll have Lucas Rubio at a check mat, or no, I'm sorry.
Sofina Grajo.
Yeah, Sofina
Sandra
Grajo.
Gallegos. And Mia Grace Williams take on Natalie Aragon.
Williams at a Bravo Academy, All-American MMA's Natalie Aragon. Meeting the finals. Sobolev made his way to the finals, taking out Umar Rocco DePalma, taking out Jace Tan to make his way to the finals.
And here we go. Sofina Grajo with the red anklet. And Gallegos in the black and orange.
Grajo to Exodus BJJ Cobrinha.
And we've transitioned to the match we were talking about as they were walking out, Jay.
Yeah, Alpha Miami, Sobolev in the black with the rash guard. The shirtless De Palma out of Atos.
Oh, palm to palm with this guillotine already.
Sobolev come out looking to work.
He's still got the arm around the neck. He's going palm to palm again.
The dexterity of these kids, the way they're able to bend their spine, move backwards, just shoot those legs back across.
This is a better position for him to get a stronger arch than the guillotine. When transitioning to the Darce, this is not the first time we've seen that today. He's going to dip that right shoulder.
This time better arm position. You were talking about how the arm defensively was stuck in front before. A little bit better of a position here for Atos's De Palma.
Oh, opts to transition back and now gives.
Look at that.
Gives up that position.
De Palma looking to make his way to the back from here. Good defense from Sobolev, getting himself back on top and guard and into a guard.
From that leg all the way over, back to the open guard.
Gendo points the first half of the match. Oh.
In a mounted triangle position. Is he gonna get the finish there on mat 2? That's going to be Cassandra Gallegos.
ADCC Youth World Champion, Cassandra J. Gallegos.
Gallegos out of Cobrinha.
Take a look at that big extension. Mounted triangle armbar for Gallegos will earn her the gold medal.
36 kilogram champ, Jake.
We're going to have to keep a note of all of the champions that joined Gallegos and the ones that she has joined for the future ADCC iterations. Because I don't think it's far-fetched to say that we'll definitely see them again down the line.
Yeah, oh, there it is. Yeah, Sobolev out of Alpha Miami is going to take it. Ivan Sobolev, your 36 kilogram champion for the 10 and under boys. Excited to see this replay, Jake.
Well, he was going for guillotine after guillotine, transitioning to the Darce choke, fighting out of a contrary situation a little bit earlier in the match as well. And you saw the crowd go wild at the result. We'll definitely get a replay of that performance, and here it comes. Big arch on the guillotine. Oh, and it was the turn in that increased the leverage on that guillotine so much for Sobolev. As his opponent tries to escape, fits almost like an upside down rear naked choke level of depth. And then another submission flies by for Mia Grace Williams.
Bravo Academy representative will now be your 42.7 kilogram champion for 12 and under girls.
And here's a look at how that submission went down. Both start out. Here's some of the action in the match. Rips down to the ground with that head control. Tries to find a passing opportunity from the outside. Great response back to the guard. Defends this takedown. Shooting the hips back. And look at that, resetting back to the center. Referee Miguel didn't even need to tell them.
Didn't even need to.
And then here's the finish. Rear naked choke for Williams. And with that, we'll take it over to a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. And here soon, we'll crown another block of ADCC Youth Champions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We already have our athletes walking down to take their place in the center of the mat for their shot at ADCC Youth Championship glory. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Regalbuto here on FloZone. Another reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you prefer to watch the matches one at a time, you can do so at FloGrappling.com, and be sure to follow at FloGrappling on Instagram to keep up with all of the updates as we head past the Youth Championship and into day 1 and 2 here at the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah, mat number 1, we're going to have Elena Kalani Garcia out of Atos taking on Sky Ramos. Mat number 2, we're going to have Annalise Gale out of Dallas, Oregon, BJJ, taking on Amelia Gwynn out of Diego Bispo. Mat number 3, Kaio Sains out of Alpha Miami, taking on AOJ's Aiden Wang.
And as Kaio Sains and Aiden Wang make their way to the center of their mats, we're gonna take a detour and look at one of these other competitors. As you can see,
oh, there we go. They're on the mats now.
Way.
Yeah, shirtless for Wang, green Alpha Miami gear for Sains. Quite a few of the Sains brothers in the finals today.
I think more of these young finalists are going quote-unquote ADCC style than we usually see some of the pro competitors, right?
Yeah, the kids dig the shirtless. They dig the shirtless.
Aiden Wang backs up slightly. Oh, and look at this, throw by. Potentially going to the back control.
You see that get up by Sains? Did he just kip up?
I think he did. Taking a page out of Nathan Haddad's book. And Kaio Sains, you can see, he went for a throw by of his own.
He's looking double unders throw by there too. First one from the collar, then went double unders, and he just marches forward.
Look at Kaio Sains fighting so hard to get to the back now. One hook in.
Found his way, Jake.
Oh, has a rear naked choke. It might be locked in.
Strangle is in, hooks are in.
Looking for a quick finish.
Alpha Miami's Kaio Sains body triangled off on the back of Wang.
This is a tight choke.
There it is.
And he gets the submission just like that. Fights for the back 3 times in a row, finally gets it.
Kaio Sains out of Alpha Miami, 12 and under boys, 37.3 kilogram champion here at the inaugural Youth Championships.
It's remarkable, these young men's ability to work the crowd as well after a win. Kaio Sains
chased that back the whole time, right? Just chasing, looking for right off the takedown. Throw by, looking to get to the back.
Absolutely remarkable for Kaio Sains. And as you can see here in the 2-box, Sky Ramos.
Yeah, top position for Garcia. Sky Ramos on the bottom in the pink and white, orange and black for Atos's Elena Garcia.
A lot of shoulder pressure from Garcia. Ramos fighting to get back to the single leg X position, transfers to 50-50.
And even though they're, leg locks aren't allowed at this age group, they can use a bit of reaping if they need to go up. 50-50 positions are legal. They just can't use them to attack the leg.
Oh, look at this, looking for
50-50 with an armbar here, Jake. You see that? Like a mirror lock from 50-50.
This is a lot. This could be a lot of tension. Look at this.
Wow. Garcia trying to get to her hand.
Oh my goodness.
Alana able to get her hands clasped and sort of circling herself over to free that arm. What a unique.
And this is so deep in the 50-50, it is difficult to tell how to get out of there, but as you can see, a little bit more of a conventional look on a submission, and another champion is crowned. But back to the 50-50. Well, I can't believe
That
what I was just watching.
Such a unique. I was trying to make sure that those legs were still in 50-50 with that mirror lock. She's got something on again. Is this a Kimura from 50-50? Loses it that time on the transition rollover.
Masters competitors watching this at home are cringing at the knee flexibility required for these exchanges.
We don't bend that way. Top position still for Alana Garcia.
Ramos fighting back for that single leg X position again. She clasped her hands momentarily, now using that right arm as a frame.
Ramos had a strength and honor MMA.
Another Darce.
Reverses the position that time, and we got a 2-2. They're going to go right to overtime. They are calling him to the table. I wonder if they're going to, I don't know if there's enough time for that score. It's definitely what they're checking right now.
Our color commentator here on FloZone is an ADCC judge himself.
Yeah, so I've spent a lot of time at these opens watching these youth competitors through North and South America. Let's see if they throw the points up on the board. Nope, okay, they're going to overtime. There you see Alana Garcia in the black and orange again, representing Atos. Sky Ramos in the white and pink, representing strength and honor. 2-2 here. Jake, if this does end in a tie, it will go to a judge's decision. Right on that shot again.
Shoots,
scores. She's going to get the score here. Well, let's see.
That's going to be 2 points.
Get the score, looking to come up. It was Garcia, but Ramos able to flatten her right back out.
2 points in the ADCC rule set for a takedown. Now, if it is a clean takedown, this is important for fans at home to keep in mind as we head into the rest of ADCC competition. A clean takedown lands inside control. That would be 4 points.
4-point moves in ADCC. Any kind of reversal or sweep, any kind of clean or clean sweep or reversal also will get you that 4 points. Ramos half guarded here from top, heavy shoulder pressure.
Ramos looking for a Darce as soon as she felt the underhook of Garcia coming in.
A lot of Darces today, a lot of attacks to the head.
And still looking for it, Jay.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of tension.
Yeah, I think she was grabbing her hand and like trying to grip it through and turn Garcia onto her back here.
Oh my goodness. Twisting the back.
Yeah, keeping a Casoto hook too. Got that leg still hooked on the left side. She might be locking up that figure 4 now. Some patience here by Ramos on top. Yeah, it does look like she has that figure 4 grip. Flattens it out here. Now she'll start to walk off. Yeah, Garcia's coach, Andre Galvao, in the corner, trying to talk her through this submission defense. Most decorated ADCC super fight champion of all time, Andre Galvao. 4-2 still for Ramos. Short time here for Garcia. Again, onto that Darce, hooks the leg.
Smart position for Ramos to hang out in with just 25 seconds left, up by 2.
Yeah, again, scoring once in this time is difficult. Scoring twice in this short time is even more difficult because we're on about 10 seconds here.
But still going for the submission.
Oh, these kids have no quit in them, no stop. Starting to shake her head. The Strength and Honor MMA representative, Sky Ramos.
And look at how much it means to her parents on the side, Jay.
You know, all these kids, they're such good kids. You know what I mean? It's so fun to watch them. Great match.
And just like that, we have another ADCC Youth Champion.
Your winner on mat number 1, making her the 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion, Sky Ramos.
Sky Ramos makes it happen And we'll be back with another block of future champions after this break.
Coming to mat number 1, Igaro Bravo Velasco Moreno do Brasil. And his opponent, Daniel Galvão Gomez Costa Barbosa. Up next on mat number 2, Sebastian Gian. And his opponent, Samuel Navarro Junco. On mat number 3, Edward Tierra Rivero. And his opponent, Ryan.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another quick look at that replay as Sky Ramos was able to capture the gold medal. But we're ready for our next block. And Jay, a lot of people have been talking about the final that will take place on mat 1. I have actually passed by people who have said, are you excited for this match?
Yes.
Daniel Galvão, Icaro Moreno.
For a 12-year-old matchup, 40 kilograms, it's crazy how many people have been waiting to see these two compete against each other. Icaro Moreno out of AOJ, Daniel Galvão trained a lot with Melky Galvão, but over at Pyramid Grappling now. This is a very anticipated match between these two. Galvão will be shirtless, green rash guard for AOJ's Icaro. Again, highly anticipated match here. Down in Brazil, Daniel Galvão has a monstrous following, and same thing with Icaro. Both Brazilians here looking to see who's going to walk away with the 40-kilogram strap, Jake.
Both Melky Galvão and Pyramid Grappling are very well-respected schools down in Brazil. And here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Big collar tie from Moreno. Borderline a strike with that collar tie.
Even the physiques on these kids, it's not like they're 40 kilograms, little skinny kids. He's got muscles on them. Again, added an extra minute for these guys. So 5-minute match at the 2:30 mark. Points will now be initiated into the match. Nice throw by to the back for Icaro.
Keeping that body lock. Oh, but look at Galvão.
Wow.
Reorienting the hips. Ending up on top.
It was like he
Moreno to recover.
It was like he looked at his surrounding and was like, all right, here I am. There I go. Turned those hips, circled right inside the top position.
It's the kind of thing that you might expect out of an athlete like Andy Murasaki.
Yeah,
But
yes. Dude, the throw-bys from these youth competitors, very, they're all back hunting, trying to get to the back, and these throw-bys to the back are just beautiful.
It's exciting to see wrestling fundamentals meld with jiu-jitsu fundamentals to create these beautiful sequences like throw-by and the back take.
Galvão extracts that leg and jumps right down to some low hip passing here, with trying to slice that left knee through the guard of Icaro.
Trying to stomp on the leg.
Again, pace it and moving, to both sides, not even just favoring a side. Oh, look at this. Galvão almost got to that north-south position. Icaro able to get a leg back involved and get himself almost 50-50'd here. Oh man, he throws that left leg over. It could be triangle territory, right?
That leg, Galvão, it seems like he wants to get that leg back on his side so he can initiate this tight pass, but Moreno keeping it in the 50-50 traditional position.
Butterflies it off, sits him back to the hip. Galvão, foot to the butt to extract that leg. And like you said, Jake, right to the back to that low hip passing, that tight passing.
Now an underhook for Galvão.
About 10 seconds till points are on.
As that Nika comes through, he's got a tight body lock.
Oh, and he wasn't even waiting, Jake. He was looking to get right to the back from there.
And maybe fighting for the back.
There it is. Not even gift wrap, just a very tight head and arm. Icaro trying to fight that foot out, that second hook. He did it, and he is going to get the 3.
He might have the choke here.
Both hooks in. Galvão on the back with the strangle. Good hand fighting here from Icaro.
Oh, but it looks like he might be in the choke again.
Switching sides.
Look at the tenacity of Daniel Galvão.
And look, just pushing the hand, staying patient here, making sure he keeps the control. And Icaro doing the right thing, trying to fight the legs and the hands at the same time. Oh, this one might be tight, Jake.
Like wrist on trachea. Moreno doing everything he can to fight for a small window of opportunity to escape.
And Galvão was actually able to get another 3 points off the back. Again, you can rescore, extracting your leg out, opening up the position for 3 seconds, and then inserting the hook back in. And so he's been able to score twice, up 6-0 is Daniel Galvão.
We've seen well-known competitors like New Wave's Daniel Monasoyo use that principle to rack up about 30 points in different ADCC Open matches. Once again, going for the choke is Galvão.
He squeezes and pushes down that hip so he can figure 4 off again. And again, Icaro just understands what needs to be done to keep himself safe from the finish, as escaping a whole nother thing. But again, look at Icaro using the hands, understanding he's got to get both done. He's got to get the upper body free. He's got to get the lower body free. Problem is every time that foot gets extracted for that 3 seconds and then goes back in, that's another 3 points that are going to be on the board for Galvão. Right now up 6-0 with 30 seconds left in this highly anticipated match.
And Galvão wants to finish.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not satisfied with a 6-0 victory. He wants his rear naked choke.
Sends it again with 20 seconds left.
Trying to leave it all out on the mat.
Up 9-0. 3 back scores for Galvão. Short time. There's your champ.
Daniel Galvão lives up to the hype here. Gets the gold medal, 9-0.
40-kilogram champion. This isn't the last you're going to see of these two. These are two that you're going to see definitely graduate up to the World Championships once they make the age. What a match.
A rivalry that could continue into teenagehood and then adulthood for sure.
Daniel Galvão, your champion at minus 40 kilograms for the 12 and under.
Now let's head over to mat number 2. Sebastian Kian.
Samuel Amando, another Alpha, Samuel Junco out of Alpha Miami.
Looks very, very interesting position here.
Yeah, crucifixed off here, right?
Well, it's tough to see, Jay.
It is. That right arm, I can't tell because the left arm, the left arm of Junco, I can't tell where that's at because you see him grabbing it and trying to pull up on that arm.
And some of these kids, the creativity.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand where that arm.
Well, both of these matches winding down.
5-2.
A very competitive match.
Rivero and Anderson on mat number 1.
Samuel Junko and Sebastian Kian in the most violent game of Twister.
Right? About 45 seconds left in that match. And he's like Merkled off of that leg. If you're a wrestler, it's called a Merkle when you bring that same side leg to the inside and hook.
Almost looks as though Samuel Junko maybe feels he has a bite on the head. But we haven't really had an angle where we get to see what he is trying to do with that choke, or if there is a choke at all.
Yeah, Cayenne has had that, whatever it may be. All right.
There we see.
Now we have an anaconda choke, but he's on the other side of it, right? His hips are on the other side. Normally you see a roll through. Oh, did he get the tap? Oh, that was time. That was time. All right, so we're going to go to overtime. Again, no break. They're going to call them right back to center.
It's like referee John Romero going to ADCC judges table.
So if when these matches end in a tie score at the end of regulation, it moves to overtime. There is some discussion going on right now, but normally overtime, all the points are active. And it'll be half the time of the actual match. So in these 5-minute matches, overtimes are going to be 2.5 minutes. If there's still a tie at the end of overtime, then it will go to a judge's decision. But it looks like they may have awarded. Okay, so this was the overtime. So we are to a judge's decision here. And we are waiting. You'll see this discussion already happened between the referee and 2 judges.
ADCC Youth World Champion,
Samuel Junko at Alpha Miami will take it by judge's decision. And he's your 44-kilogram champion for the 12 and under group. Fun match. Even though he was caught in that situation, he was the top player, wasn't in any kind of danger, definitely did enough in the judge's eyes to win him that decision. And it looks like we got a decision going on mat number 3 as well. A 5-2 victory for Edward Rivero. Rivero, another Alpha Miami representative.
Becoming the 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion, Edward Rivero.
Edward Rivero at Alpha Miami, your winner at the 64.5 kilogram.
And as we see a replay of this, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with more action from the ADCC Youth World Championships. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here for more action live on FloZone. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Regal-Buto. And it's time to get started with some more of these crazy, athletic, and very talented youth competitors. fighting on the biggest stage that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has ever seen here at the T-Mobile Arena.
Some teams very well represented today. AOJ, one of them, Alexis Smith, going to be taking on Veda McCubbin out of 10th Planet San Antonio on mat 1. Mat 2, you'll have Annabella Junco at Alpha Miami taking on Audrina Renee. And then mat number 3, we are going to have Hannah Watkins out of Watkins Wrecking Crew taking on Zoe Delgado at Alpha Miami. And this is what I mean, Alpha Miami pulling double duty on this little trifecta finals matches here. Very well represented.
Watkins Wrecking Crew, if I'm not mistaken, Jet Thompson.
Yes.
Also out of Watkins Wrecking Crew.
Yep, Layla Watkins, Jet Thompson.
Athletes making their names known, and these gyms, more and more of these gyms and these instructors are putting out high-level athletes across all ranges of age and skill level. And it's exciting to see for the future of jiu-jitsu that these competitors that are coming out of these different gyms all around the United States are able to challenge some of the well-known powerhouses like AOJ, Atos, Watkins Wrecking Crew coming in and making their name known as well.
Yes, these teams like the AOJs and AOJs and Alpha Miamis, things like that, going up against these people like the Watkins Wrecking Crew with Jet Thompson. We got in the final just in a few more matches here. He's in the 17 and under final. But these schools have really produced, as you could see, how many they've put into the championship finals here.
Well, as you can see here in our 3-box, all of these finalists ready to take center stage here at the T-Mobile Arena. Hannah Rose Watkins and Zoe Delgado.
All 14 and under divisions here. Mat number 1, 45.5 kilograms. 50 kilograms on mat 2, 53 kilograms on mat number 3.
All the athletes getting their respective instructions from the head ADCC officials before they are cut loose. Mat 1, they run out to the center of the mat. Alexis Smith, Veda McCubbin.
Mat 1. Top position, Smith at
goodness.
AOJ. She's looking to get busy on that arm quick, Jake.
And she might have it here, Jay. Throws a leg over. Tight lock, gable grip and defense by McCubbin. But that foot is going to be able to break that arm free. Only momentarily, though.
Just 30 seconds in. Smith has McCubbin defending early here. Again, no points the first half of the match. You can really kind of, sell out, go for some things, you know what I mean? Take a few more chances, just knowing that the points aren't involved. But have to understand, too, that if it goes to that tie, that judge's decision, they're looking at who initiated the action more. What better way than throwing submissions up 15 seconds into a match?
5 minutes left. A lot already happened. And the lock around the arms, you see the left arm is sort of left out by Alexis Smith. Not really able to use that left arm very strongly. Now it's going to be this sort of upside down guard position. See what McCubbin can do here to turn this offensive.
Trying to turn face, breaks through. Gets herself in a much safer situation now. That butterflied position.
Now recovering back to the full guard.
Bottom position for McCubbin. Smith at an AOJ on top. She might throw over on this arm. I see that 2-on-1 control, and they throw quick on these arm bars, but good job of Smith throwing that knee inside.
You can see the AOJ influence right there, controlling that bottom leg as she goes to the side. In gi competition, something they do a lot as well, translated into no gi.
Tight north-south here for Smith.
Not quite at the halfway point of the match, so no points for passing the guard.
Our winner on mat number 3, making her the 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion, Zoe Delgado.
just crowned another champion on mat 3, Zoe Delgado.
Another Alpha Miami champion there for the 53 kilogram 14 and under girls.
Talk about a school that has taken full advantage of the ADCC Opens.
Yes, Carlos Sainz is, I mean, now you have 4 children that are in the championships, most of them in the finals here, 3 of them that are in the finals here, but has just done an amazing job. Like I said, you see these names throughout the entire finals.
As you can see in the replay of the mat 3 in our 3 box. Zoe Delgado throws that right leg over, has an extension on that arm. And navigating the legs, throwing the hips in and getting that submission so quickly.
And your new 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion.
And in the time that we look at a replay of one match, Jay, there's another replay ready of another match with another submission.
And it's
Annabella Junco.
Out of Alpha Miami. That name's getting real familiar, isn't it?
Look into it.
Again, taking 2 during this little set of 3 championship finals. Annabella Junco at Alpha Miami, under 50 kilogram champion for the girls 14 and under. Mat 1, got Alexis Smith, Veda McCubbin.
Action continues, and a tight battle indeed, as you can see in the bottom right corner, that mat 2 replay.
5-0 here for Smith with about 2 minutes to go. Again, 5 points. Gosh, in this rule set, it's just very difficult. It's very difficult to score. To have to score multiple times in short time makes it even more difficult. And a big thing is holding that scoring position for the 3 seconds. You know, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. When you have somebody that's resisting, it's a very difficult thing to do and keep controlled for that amount of time. Trying to score on the neon belly here. Moves over to mount
again.
And she did get the neon belly point. She will get the mount points as well. So yeah, she's going to go up 10-0 here. Alexis Smith at AOJ with about 1 minute and 10 left, Jake. She's up a lot. McCubbin's going to have to look for a finish here.
As the time winds down, that glimmer of hope becomes dimmer. But if McCubbin is able to make a big effort to roll, she's going to have to take risks here to get out of this position.
Yes,
Mount is not,
no doubt.
It's no small task. Pushing on the hips, kipping up, looking for a hook even on the side, and completely going for broke are the options here.
Yeah, creating enough space to just allow herself to be able to even try a submission. But that first part is even incredibly difficult. Getting yourself to a place where you can even do that when you have somebody like Smith on top of you. Heavy pressure, shoulder pressure coming down with that right shoulder. Tight mount, tight to the hips. And McCubbin hasn't stopped moving the entire time to try to escape, to try to even create space to escape. But very short time here. Alexis Smith out of AOJ, up 10-0. Looks like she's going to be your 14 and under 45.5 kilogram champion here at the Youth Championships for ADCC. Great match, but Alexis Smith out of Art of Jiu-Jitsu will take it by score.
From Belize, Alexa Smith. She is the new 2024 ADCC
Smith, your winner and champion out of AOJ.
Then we'll take a look at some of the replays as we toss it to another break. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back on FloGrappling with some more of the ADCC Youth World Championships.
From España, her competitor, Alejandra your matches immediately. These are gold medal matches. Game on!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FloGrappling.com Flow Zone. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Regalbuto. We have another block of finalists here. The 2024 ADCC Youth World Championships, a premier inaugural event here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, mat number 1 for this block is going to have Ariana Ruiz at Wagner Rocha Martial Arts taking on AOJ's Alexandra Benal. In the 62-kilogram mat number 2, going to have Caleb O'Connor out of AOJ taking on Stevie Abreu out of Essential Jiu-Jitsu. And mat number 3, going to have Novak Leglik out of Atos taking on Pedigo Submission Fighting's Dalton St. Angelo. 3 more really exciting matches. Again, if you want to watch each one individually without the commentary, they are available as well.
Pedigo Submission Fighting, the signature gym of the Daisy Fresh web series created by FloGrappling, which you guys can tune in and watch all of the seasons on FloGrappling.com. One of the most amazing stories of a gym. I mean, the way that they came up and just the humble beginnings. Now, here at the ADCC Youth World Championships, Jacob Couch will be competing tomorrow.
That's what I mean. Now you see that. You've seen what they do with with the white belts, winning pans at the white belt division. Now you're seeing it happen with the youth. You're seeing the competitors like the Murdoch brothers, really helping and pushing this youth program along to where they have kids moving out there just like they did. Just like they did at Daisy Fresh. They have kids, moving out there to do their training with the Pedigo crew. All right, we're going to be here on mat number 3.
Dalton St. Angelo. Shirtless.
Yeah.
Legiak with the red anklet. Representing Atos Jiu-Jitsu. Big shot early.
Tight head.
And we've seen it so many times. It's important to keep it in mind, Jay. Just the response, the immediate response to throw guillotine into Darce on the opposite end of a shot.
Again, the intelligence level of these kids, like the IQ, their actual fight IQ, match IQ, is ridiculous for this age. Oh, look at this.
Upside down triangle.
Yeah.
And a body lock behind it.
Let's see if he can get the angle to finish this here. Oh, nice step over. Again, he's got to protect that arm as well.
The leg locked on perhaps the non-traditional side for this triangle.
Yeah, Dalton trying to get himself so that he's on the side there and maybe be able to access that arm for a Kimura. Novak, understand he needs to have patience here. North-south off here. Head and arm stuck inside this triangle position. I believe Dalton does have that Kimura locked up, but again, the positioning of Novak's leg already stepped over is just going to hinder that from being able to even get behind him to be a submission.
I think you're right, Jay. And if you're in Dalton's position, letting go of this triangle, not exactly a comfortable option.
He ditches the arm now.
Just want to let you guys know we're having a small technical issue with the scoreboards. Those will be cleared up and back momentarily. But good thing we have ADCC judge Jay Regalbuto here, who knows the score like the back of his hand.
Now he's mounted off here. Dalton did ditch. He ditched the Kimura grip, and he's trying to get a better angle here now on the triangle. And Novak understands that. You see him aggressively stepping back over here. And again, we're not in a situation where points are available just yet. But here's the problem with this triangle is that once this does come unlocked, if this is in the point scoring part of it, this is going to be a 3-point score. So he's technically, you know, in a guarded position.
Medics being called out on mat number 1. And on mat number 2, a very good position.
Yeah, and at the 14 and older, the matches have been extended by a minute. So when normally in the opens, these would have been 5-minute matches. Now you're going to see for these matches from here on out, they're all going to be at the 6-minute. So at 3 minutes or 3 minutes of the match, there'll be no points. Then that second half of the match, that next 3 minutes, the points are in. And again, overtimes will now all be 3 minutes. Steps back over. Interesting position here for Dalton.
Yeah, St. Angelo can't afford to give up the pass here in this position. He needs to be very careful about how he lets go of this upside down triangle.
Heath Pedigo in the corner of Dalton St. Angelo. Getting close to the edge here. Let's see if we get a restart. I wonder if they're going to drag him if they have to restart. I would kind of hate to unlock the triangle that I already had, you know? And they are going to drag him. Glad they did that. They were reading my mind. Jay would have dragged him.
Jay would have dragged him, yep.
So they pull back to center. Because sometimes you don't get that same bite that you had, you know, when you have to reset and relock. But one thing we do like to do is, as much as we can, take the time to reset the position exactly.
Well, and Jay, this triangle is not going to do a choke. The lock is simply not in the optimal position to choke, but the control, and look at the ability.
Yeah, literal conversation with Heath Pedigo in the corner right now. Now he can attack the arm. His body is on the other side, and making sure that leg doesn't step back over, I think, is what's most important for Dalton right now. Because sweeping, submitting is all going to happen. Not going to happen if that leg's over top.
And you've seen him try to transition it to the other side on several occasions. Alejandra Bagnol, winner in her match.
Another AOJ representative in Bagnol. 62-kilogram champion for the girls 14 and under.
And this is the triangle that would secure that gold medal. Arching the arm and getting the submission. Another beautiful performance for an AOJ representative, as the twin Funegra sisters coach her to victory.
Yes, so this triangle has been on for a long time, Jake. A long time.
And it's kind of taken Novak out of the match.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to do much because he's been in this triangle for such a long time.
You know, and like we were saying, incredibly difficult to finish the triangle from here. You're just on a totally different angle than a normal triangle. So you have a lot of hip adjusting and back heeling you have to do to even get that tight enough. So we are at like 10 seconds left in the match here, and we will go to overtime as nobody was in any kind of scoring position. So this 3-minute overtime, points are all active. Oh, and reverse is not enough time to score. He did that with like 1 second left. Again, you need that 3 seconds of controlled time.
And St. Angelo immediately retaking the center of the mat. And here we go. Coming forward, taking low.
Yeah, level change in here. Feinting to the pick. Again, neither are probably incredibly sweaty or fatigued or anything like that. Kind of stayed in that same position for 6 minutes. Now also, too, you cannot pull guard once points are involved in the match. The second half of the, well, these are finals, so you cannot pull guard at all in the entirety of the match.
Look at this.
Look at this, trying to get behind him. Just the counter wrestling, and this is wild.
Oh, pulling up on that elbow as well. What an adjustment.
Dalton might get himself 4 on this one.
An adjustment from Dalton St. Angelo.
That Pedigo crew went wild. You saw Pixley standing up, and there's his 4. That will be a 4-point. Jake, you had talked about it earlier. A clean takedown into an unguarded position like a side control or a mount position will score you 4. And now up big here is Dalton.
We only saw him for a split second in that crowd cam, but Alejandro Viner of Pedigo Submission Fighting has played an integral role in the wrestling program and the wrestling development at Pedigo Submission Fighting.
And not just at Pedigo, in that area as well, helping the youth.
Very knowledgeable wrestling coach.
Mounted here, and again, 4 points, so you could reverse to a clean reversal or clean sweep to get a 4, a takedown to a clean takedown to 4. Other than that, this is going to be a 2 score, and again, it's so hard to score once, let alone twice, especially with short time. Top position here.
And look at this, Novak still in the match.
All right, now there's opportunity. Minute 20 left. Because Novak can 4-point him here. He could get a quick takedown and a pass. That's 5 points. Like he can do some stuff once he's on the feet. That bottom position, that becomes hard to score 4 or score twice.
Oh, double underhook, and look at the transition from Dalton St. Angelo.
So close.
Oh, but this is an opportunity.
Front head here, looks to get behind him.
Novak Likliak looking for the choke.
Oh, look at this, he's got that arm across threatening already. Dalton trying to block that heel from the score. That would be a 3-point score if he could dig that heel in, hold it for the 3 seconds. Dalton,
not a lot of time to work.
What a good job of denying that hook by Dalton. Oh, look at them.
We're looking for the choke.
Yeah, you saw those hands start to extend. Good defense from Dalton. I got excited. I saw those hands extending and starting to walk.
What a tight battle.
Yeah.
From these 2 young warriors, as Dalton St. Angelo secures the victory with that escape.
Yeah, short time. Up 4-0 here. Back to the feet, but that's going to be it. Pedigo's going to have a champ here, Jake.
Dalton St. Angelo of Pedigo Submission Fighting is able to put it together. Of course, Pixley and Viner in the corner, wrestling overseers of that young man's development.
Dalton St. Angelo out of Pedigo, your 14 and under boys, 50.5 kilogram champion.
And Murdoch in the corner alongside Heath Pedigo himself.
Yeah, the Murdoch boys spend a ton of time.
Now we get a look at the replay. I mean, it was this triangle for most of the bout, Jay. And that was pretty much the entire regulation period. I mean, at the very, very end, you could see him talk. He had enough time and energy to talk to Heath Pedigo. And then he looked for an opportunity right at the end of the round. But all that being said, it was Dalton St. Angelo who won the gold medal in the overtime effort. We'll toss a quick break, and then we'll be back with another group of future champions.
His opponent, Colby M. Gonzalez. All right, once again, referees, once you have your competitors well in hand, begin your matches immediately. These are gold medal matches. Game on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ADCC Youth World Championships 2024. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Rigobuto. We're here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on the Strip. Jay, this next block of champions, well, champions and then also future champions that we're talking about today and in the future. We have, where do we even go?
Yeah, this is, I wish we could commentate all 3 matches at this time, but Colby Gonzalez and Maximus Dos Santos Galvao, Maximus Dos Santos out of Melky Galvao Jiu-Jitsu and Colby Gonzalez. This is going to be, man, and a very, very exciting match. We also On mat number 1 of Carlos Sainz taking on Nakoa Navarro. Again, you can watch all 3 of these or stay with us on FloZone and we'll pick one. And we got Liam Jones and Izaki Lima on mat number 3. Man, 3 really great matches here.
And they're taking center of the mat there in the top, mat 1. And now mat number 2. Ronnie Tenariello, Dakota Hummel. As the scoreboards come back up.
Yeah, bottom position for Tenariello. Oh, there we go. We got Colby Gonzalez and Maximus Dos Santos, one of Melky Galval's pupils in the all-black, black and red for Colby Gonzalez out of Gracie Baja, El Paso. Everybody saw Don Fry, the legend, walking around earlier. That's who he's here to see. He's here as a guest of Colby Gonzalez. Colby, a 13-year-old who has been terrorizing even the adult divisions at these ADCC Opens. Really excited for this match because Dos Santos at a Melky Galval is one of the most well-rounded competitors in the tournament. As far as wrestling, top game, bottom game, just incredibly well-rounded. See Figueroa calling for action. Again, these are 6-minute matches now.
Feeling each other out on the feet with the wrestling exchanges as Colby Gonzalez goes for a takedown.
Oh, right to the hunt in the back already, Jake.
Dos Santos trying to frame on the hip, but Colby's climbing up. Still has a seatbelt. He might turn this into a back control here,
oh,
and maybe a choke.
Threats on. Strangle in place, mandible. He's over top. That doesn't mean that will not finish.
And that's it. Colby Gonzalez takes the back. And my gosh.
Yes, was hunting for it. Was hunting for it. Colby Gonzalez, Gracie Baja, El Paso.
Submission, I'm sure, would make Don Fry proud.
Very proud. Your under 65 kilogram champion for the boys 14 and under.
And mat 2's Ronnie Tenariello also finds a submission.
On mat number 3, your new 2024. Correction, mat number 2, 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion, Ronnie Tenariello.
The champions are coming in
now going to mat 3.
at such
a
quick rate.
ADCC Youth World Champion, Colby Gonzalez.
By rear naked choke, submission. Makes quick work here in the final. Let's take a look at the replay, Jay.
Look at that mandible strangle over top of the chin. It doesn't even matter. Forced to tap, and your new champion, Colby Gonzalez. All right, another anticipated one, another Alpha Miami representative, Carlos Sainz taking on Nakoa Navarro.
Is Carlos Sainz wearing Muay Thai shorts?
He does, yeah. He likes those shorter shorts that are a bit looser on him. Nakoa Navarro at a 10th Planet Las Vegas. There's another one, 10th Planet Las Vegas. Andy Varela got him a crew of little monsters in there that compete just like him.
Look at the takedown defense by Carlos Sainz and the aggression of Nakoa Navarro. The referee even getting the crowd hyped.
Navarro taking out Wellen in his semifinal match. Sainz taking out Marco Miranda to lead himself here. Little drag, trying to get behind Navarro.
One penalty on the board for Navarro.
With the penalty at this point, it would have been from a guard pull. Probably missed it earlier in the match. Again, in the finals, you cannot pull to a guard unless you have attempted a takedown for more than 3 seconds. If you just willingly sit and do not meet that criteria, you are awarded with a penalty. Just so we understand too, a penalty point or a negative point is exactly what it is. If you had 2 points and you got a negative, then you minus it, you just have 1 point. So if you have 2 negatives and 2 points, you now have no points. And something Sains has been doing, you know, earlier in the day in his semifinal match as well, is he is pushing his opponents to the edge. Pushing them right to the edge of the mat so that, you know, when he does look to engage into his shot, he's already got them to where they're close to that out of bounds, and he can engage them because, again, if he's to meet that criteria, they'll allow it to go out of bounds a bit. We have some extra mats here so that they have extra space. With the only match being going on right now, too, they get the run of this mat pretty much.
Carlos has been going for this shallow approach to the single leg over and over as well. It's been keeping Navarro on his toes. It's been making Nakoa a little more hesitant to shoot for that big double leg himself. Now, even with a penalty, it won't go to overtime, or will it go to overtime with a penalty?
No, this would be ending it -1-0. So 20 seconds. Navarro has to make something happen and score here. Deep single here. That was very smart by Sains. If I was him, I would hold on to it. I would continue driving in here. Sains has done enough here where he could actually pull guard. He's attempted this takedown for well more than 3 seconds, but that is it. Carlos Sains out of Alpha Miami, another champion from Alpha Miami. 14 and under boys, 55 kilogram champion, Carlos Sains.
Team Alpha Miami has certainly shown out here in Las Vegas.
They've been working on this for 18 months. We've watched them come to opens over and over and over again.
And Carlos Sains caps off that block of championship competition, and this was what sealed the deal for him, was just this intelligent look on a takedown there at the very end.
Yeah, knew he had short time. Locks up on that leg. To be able to have to score from there is very difficult.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with more action from the ADCC Youth Championships.
On mat number 2, ladies and gentlemen, once you have your competitors well in hand, you may let your matches begin. This is the gold medal division for all the marbles. Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the 2024 ADCC Youth World Championship. We are getting ready to welcome our next group of finalists to the main stage. Jay, man, it has been a crazy day of watching the future come to life here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
The technical level, that this is a youth championship, and to see this technical level, it's just so inspiring for the sport to understand that in 10 years where these group of competitors are going to be at, and imagine the generation that they bring up. Because listen, a lot of this generation is being brought up by people like the Mendez brothers, right? They're having that type of coaching, and now you see people like Kolabate in the corner that are just going to keep bringing these next generations up.
and who just, it feels like the other day, were in these youth championships himself.
Yes.
Kolobate, I think he's, what, 20 years old? So certainly a member of the former generation. And now we get to see the next group of competitors come up. And we've watched some amazing matches out of competitors as young as 8 years old.
Yeah, mat number 1. We're into the 14 and under, 79.5 kilogram. Liam Jones out of Pedigo and True Believe going to be taking on Melky Galval's Izaki Lima out of Brazil. Lima, again, another incredibly talented and well-rounded person. Competitor Jones, same thing, very well-rounded, good wrestler. Mat number 2, you're going to have Audrey Maglietta. Or I'm sorry, mat number 2, who do we got? Sunyun Karas taking on Gianni Cruz. Mat number 3, that's where you got Kalani Brown taking on Catherine Lowe. Mat number 1 is where the focus is going, though, Jake. Lima in the green, Jones in the pink and black. Looking at punch underhook from both guys, it looks like.
A lot of aggression on both sides. One small opening could be what gets a takedown. Oh, just diving forward is Lima.
Again, 6-minute matches here. First 3 minutes, no points. You can receive that negative, though. Oh, look at that little drag to a single. So no points, so he's not penalized. Oh, look at that. Jones threw over to the triangle. Nice. Passing that by Lima.
Continuing that pressure forward, controlling that bottom ankle. We've seen that used to incredible success by a lot of the AOJ competitors. Kind of difficult from that position, though, to climb up the body, but look at this, deep underhook. E-cut.
Yeah, tight to the head and arm, looking to swing around on this arm.
Could this be it, Jay?
Oh, he had a separation there for a second. Jones able to connect.
Izaki Lima trying to lock his bicep around the wrist.
Smart move here from Lima, trying to separate. Jones has his legs locked. You're gonna see the ref tell him, can't scissor the head in these youth divisions, so he's not able to use that for defense.
Oh, and Liam Jones able to escape.
That looked tight too, Jake.
He rolled his arm at just the appropriate second to prevent his defeat, but back in the match, still 0-0. Certainly not a fun way to start a match, but he's back in it, now on top.
Top position for Jones. Melky Galval's Izaki Lima on bottom, inverting. Double unders. He's got to unlock that too. There's no arm in. He has to unlock that triangle. I don't think they're noticed. There you go. He was probably told to unlock it, and he had to. Again, you're not allowed to have your legs solely squeezing the neck. There has to be, your opponent's arm has to be inside in these youth divisions.
Even if the legs are locked on a triangle and not in a straight scissor.
Correct. You can't even insert your own and do that no-arm guillotine where you'll put your own arm in them. It has to be their arm and head if your legs are locking around them.
Understood. Valuable information.
And it's not a DQable offense. You'll see the referee go over and unlock the legs. Oh, a nice move to north-south here by Lima before the points portion, though. So not going to score, but we're getting about 5 seconds away from points being initiated here. Oh, he threaded that across to the arm again. Good job, Jones, getting that bottom knee, that left knee inside on the back of the hamstring, was able to create the space. All right, they're back on the feet now.
The longer this match goes on with a tied score, the more I feel it benefits Jones to be able to find that opportunity to mount some offense of his own. So far, Lima has been in the driver's seat.
Good defense here, found his way to a turtled position, so he'll neutral out. and he won't be scored on. So neutraling out is when you go to the turtle position. You don't have to, we won't talk about the leg too much just because there's not leg submissions here with the use other than a straight ankle. But when they turtle off here, no matter it be from a takedown, from a guard pass, from a sweep, you move to that turtle position for 3 seconds, and it's now neutral. And top and bottom player now need to be established, so you can't be scored on. Action here, but now Jones will take top position. 2 minutes to go. 79.5 kilogram division.
Oh, look at
Looking
this.
on that arm again.
This could be it. Oh my goodness, the torque on that. And Liam Jones just won't.
He won't go
be
down,
tapped.
not on an arm lock. He seems to have the, I will say in the 13 to 17, we normally.
Oh, and again.
Again.
Transition into an omoplata. The reaction time of Izaki Lima whenever Liam Jones tries to rebound puts him right back in another submission.
Right back into another arm. Likes tucking that arm behind his armpit too. Puts a lot of torque on. All 3 mats still going currently. 1 minute to go in regulation. Lima on the back of Jones. Secondary hook has not been put in yet. Jones, oh, and now it's over top. Went right for the strangle. Figure 4 is in. He will get to 3 for that. Trying to lock up the strangle from the back here. Pulling back, trying to get that arm underneath the chin. Jones, like we said, he's hard to kill, so he's fighting his rip. Oh, head turned here. This is a tight palm to palm. Fights it again. Just over 20 seconds here. Lima up by 3. Again, Jones is going to have to fight, get out, find a 3-point move or score twice, which scoring twice in 10 seconds, pretty much impossible.
On mat number 2,
And we're at the final 5 seconds. Melky
Oh, look
got
at
back.
this.
Oh, looking for the strangle. 1 second, and that is it. Izaki Lima out of Melky Galvao Jiu-Jitsu, going to be your boys 14 and under, 79.5 kilogram champion. Your
What a
first
performance.
championships.
And my goodness, what a performance by this young man, Jay. Submission attempt after submission attempt. He looked like a seasoned vet out there.
Yeah, such composure, arm after arm after arm. Jones, just such intelligent defense. You know, don't get me wrong, there's heart and there's grit in there, but intelligent defense to keep that arm safe, hand fighting off the back. But Izaki Lima, your champion.
Now let's take a look at some of the action, Jay, and just talk us through this, because this is the capstone of an emphatic performance by Izaki Lima.
Yeah, figure 4 off, and you saw him even how quick he switched, right? Tried one way, immediately tried the other. Amazing work there by Lima to take his title in that division. All right, we're gonna move right to our next group.
As our next competitor comes to the mat, here's a look at mat number 3, a submission crowning yet another champion. And this has been a tale of the entire day. If you're just tuning in live with us here on Flow Zone, thank you for tuning in. It's been like this all day.
Yeah,
Ever since we started, Jay.
Yes.
It's been action-packed.
And that was Kalani Brown, another Alpha Miami representative, walking away with the title. And I believe we're down to about our last 8 championship matches here, finals. Man, and we got another group of really good ones.
John Paul Tran,
All right,
Mason
yeah,
Odell make their way down. Tran representing AOJ, Odell representing Wagner Rocha Martial Arts by way of Fight Sports.
Yeah, we got 3 tough matches here on all 3 matches. We got Taylor Hishaw and Marley Philippe on mat number 1. Mat number 2, Jocelyn Molina and Kaya Manapso. And then we got John Tran and Mason Odell on mat number 3. Again, down to the last 8 here. We're getting into the older kids. Everybody now, we're at the 17 and under categories. Taylor Hishaw made her way to the finals by defeating Letcher. Marley Philippe taking out Rafaela Brito to make her way to the finals. Manapso taking out Rihanna Tate to get to the finals. Jocelyn Molina taking out Maria Quintino to earn her spot in the finals. And again, this 17 and under, it was actually a 60 kilogram A and a 60 kilogram B to keep these at the 4-man brackets. Tran able to get the win over Trey Ramsdale. And Mason Odell taking out Matthew Velez to get to the finals.
All 3 matches just about ready to get underway. And the action on mat 2 begins. Jocelyn Molina, Kaya Manapso.
Tune into mat number 3 here. White for Odell, Tran in red. Again, 6 minutes. 3 minutes points. First 3 minutes, other than if you pull guard for a negative, there can be no score.
Here we go. John Paul Tran in the red, Mason Odell in the white.
Mason's older brother, Anthony, on deck here coming up in the next group. I believe it was all 4 Odell brothers made it into the championships. Both these guys very well rounded, good wrestling, good bottom game. Now he shoots here. Tran could be looking to pull guard. I don't know if he waited long enough here, but
look at this.
Yeah, Odell moved right into a Kimura.
Oh, look at this. This could be trouble.
He's got him tied up. Tran.
Arm extended. Oh my goodness.
Tran just
the torque on that. Oh.
Tran.
Oh my goodness.
Is constantly trying to move here. Odell trying everything, put it underneath. You see him trying to move it across the body. Oh, you look at Tran. Tran threw his left leg up in between.
Oh, my gosh, Jay.
So normally the refs have the ability to intervene and stop the match, okay? Just for the championships, we removed it for the 14 and older and made it to where the coach would have to throw in the beanbag to stop the match. And that's why. That is exact why. Because as tight as that armbar was, looks like Taylor Hishaw does take it and is your 65 kilogram champion over on mat 1. But again, Tran's ability to escape that doesn't seem, you know, I know we haven't seen too much of it yet. Look at this crab riding, trying to get off to the back of Odell.
And look at this arch from earlier, Jay. This is what I'm talking about. I haven't cringed this hard in a long time commentating Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That was an incredible extension. Tran going to the J-Rod school of eating arm bars.
And it started with a deep Kimura, then moved to an armbar that just kept getting deeper. You saw Odell try to put it underneath his armpit, start crossing it, the body arching. As soon as Tran threw that left leg over top, was able to get that arm free.
And Tran staying very composed now in the 50-50 with a footlock grip.
Tran out of AOJ. Odell out of Wagner Rocha Martial Arts. They know a little bit about getting a whole family into an event, huh?
Yep, for the, I believe, what will be the first time Wagner Rocha, patriarch of the Rocha family, has Achilles Hocha and Jasmine Hocha competing alongside him.
Next off here, elevates. Now you can straight ankle lock. That is it. One thing that we do see is that when they're trying to extract that leg, those Aoki show their ugly faces, and they're illegal in these kids divisions. So they have to be very mindful because the refs will tell them immediately from that ankle lock position, you have to either pull that foot back in or release it. We cannot attempt the Aoki from it. Trying to build up here to get that leg free. Tran. Now they were up on the feet. Tran gets behind him here. Single hook in. We're at the 2.5 mark, 2.5 minutes left, so we are in point scoring territory. Odell, very good defense. He'll end up guarded here. Makes his way back to the feet.
2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock.
Tran from the seated position, just over 2 minutes to go. Odell. Top position here. Tran staying in a postured up seated position. Circling north-south. AOJ representatives. No stranger to inversion, stranger to getting himself guarded back from north-south. Look at this. Split with the leg. Looks like he's trying to move cross Ashi here. Rolls himself through. Odell has Tran's leg high up. Let's see if Tran can look to step up and sweep from here. It's going to be really hard, man. Odell's got good balance, very good wrestler.
And only about a little over a minute to work for John Paul Tran.
Tried to swing that leg over. Again, you could see him trying to build base up onto that knee to come up and put Odell on his back, but Odell incredibly aware, and you see how he moves his shoulder forwards, lifts that leg, makes the ability for Tran to get up to a knee to build that height difficult.
You can see the waning seconds of the final.
Yeah,
that is culminating on mat 2 as Jocelyn Molina continues to try this guard passing effort to deepen her lead with just 10 seconds left.
Up by 3, looks like she, and Odell.
Mason Odell gets a big takedown.
So Tran with the 2. You know what, I was watching over Molina's match, so I didn't see how Tran got the 2. I'm assuming it was from a sweep, and they're on short time. But Jocelyn Molina at a check mat is going to be your 70-kilogram champion.
Your winner at 2024 ADCC.
And that's it. And Tran's going to take it.
And wow, what a rebound for John Paul Tran.
Right?
To be able to withstand the deepest armbar, one of the deepest armbars I've ever seen, and come back and win, obviously much to the disappointment and chagrin of Mason Odell, but John Paul Tran is your champion. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we take it to another break, but we'll be back with more from the ADCC Youth World Championships.
Coming to mat number 1, Anthony Odell. And his opponent, on mat number 2, Joshua Flores. And his opponent, Tristan Sainz. On mat number 3, Miles Joaquin Javelosa. And his opponent, Kalebe Ehike Sartarelli Pereira. Referees, once you have your competitors in hand, let the game begin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here at the T-Mobile Arena, Jay. That what you just did fully explains the energy level we have after seeing the talent that we've seen here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, live on FloZone, FloGrappling.com. It's just been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I had looked down at the 3 matches that are about to take place on these mats, or at least 2 that are up right now, where we're going to have Tristan Saenz and Joshua Flores and Kalebi Pereira at a Melky Galvao Jiu-Jitsu, taking on Miles Javalosa out of Sector BJJ. This Josh Flores and Tristan Saenz match, these 2 competitors, I'll tell you, Josh Flores had some great runs in trials. The trials are as an adult, right? Trials are, and he went down to Brazil from Ecuador, so he was able to do South American trials and did incredibly well down there. Blue trunks for Saenz, white gear for Flores at a Vanguard Academy with Jason Rao.
Tristan Saenz, ADCC Denver Open Adult Champion.
Right, and then again, these are kids, man. It's crazy. Another Alpha Miami representative in Tristan Saenz.
So just a heads up here, Jake, after this
Punch underhook from Saenz.
To all competitors,
Snap attempt here from Flores.
At the end of tonight's event and not before. At the end of tonight's event and not before.
Another throw by.
Be patient.
Referee John Romero keeping a close eye on the action.
Looking double unders here is Saenz. Again, both these guys very tactically strong as well. Like, really understand the rule set. Have done a ton of matches in the rule set, not only in the youth divisions, but in the in the adult divisions, adult advanced divisions even, doing very well.
Well, it's incredible that these 2 young men can realistically study their future competition and their current competition in athletes like Diogo Hayes,
right?
Diego Pato, people that we'll see compete tomorrow.
And realize they're such a short time away from being that. About 40 seconds till points are active in this match. Nice little snap there.
Convincing shot fake by Tristan Saenz. And now possibly looking for this power guillotine.
Okay, back to the feet now for Flores. Odell, the other Odell, the older Odell, Anthony Odell, was on an armbar on Rafael Ferreira on mat number 1 just a few moments ago. Mat number 3, seeing a wrestle up. Action everywhere. Nice big crowd for these youth championships as well.
People want to get in on the ground floor of the careers of these future champions. Bottom of mat 3.
Got 3.5 to go. Odell in the white. As soon as we went over to it, they stopped the match here. Let's see what for. Ferreira in the black, Odell in the white. Here we go, back underway. In on that double. And not in points yet. Still about 30 seconds there, 20 seconds, still points. Ferreira don't care.
Looking for the rear naked choke. Sliding off the back though. Recaptures that arm. Looking to spin under, reorienting his hips for this arm bar.
Ferreira at a unified BJJ. Odell, another representative of Wagner Rocha martial arts.
And we see in this 2-box coming right after Tristan Sains was able to capture back control on Joshua Flores.
And now he's up 3-0. As soon as I saw all three of these matches going off at the same time, it was like, man, commentate all of them. I think he was calling on an Aoki on mat 1. I believe that's what it was, and he does have a penalty for it, is Ferreira. Aokis are illegal, so as we talked about earlier, once you start having that foot come out, you have to address it.
It's very topical. What you,
yes.
It's good timing that you brought that up earlier. Illegal technique.
And that's why that Aoki, or that a straight ankle, turns into an Aoki very quick. But look at this.
Yep, Flores fighting to reorient his hips. Minute and 13 seconds for him to make back this 3-0 deficit.
And one thing about this rule set too is it's not going to let Sains just hang on, like just close a guard and pull down. Not that that's ever what a Sains would do, but it does make sure that the action continues to happen. You see him now breaking the posture of Flores. Flores understands he's going to have to get up and get a pass or get to the back of Sains just to tie this up here. Up to the feet, trying to open up the guard here. It's the Vanguard representative, Josh Flores, makes him turtle. That'll get him to front head. He's got the hands locked here. All right, he does have to rescind, and he is doing exactly what he needs to do. He needed to get to the back here to be able to score. And he's got 20 seconds. He's got short time. Now they're both back up to the feet. Flores is going to have to throw by, try to get to the back. He needs a 3-point move. Tried for the shot here. Short time.
Just under 10 seconds. Look at this, Tristan Sains going for the armbar right at the end.
No chill. He could have held out there. He could have held out and did nothing. It took this match, but he goes for the arm. Another Sains and another Alpha Miami champion here in the Youth Championships for ADCC.
They have done so much work.
I just got called to mat 1. I don't think I'm going to be able to go down there. That's pretty funny.
Jay to the announcers table, please. Jay to the announcers table.
Somebody needs to tell the ADCC judges.
Flo can tell them I'm on the 3rd floor here.
ADCC Youth Champion, Tristan Sains.
Tristan Sains points to the crowd as he secures that victory over Joshua Flores. Team Alpha Miami put in so much work. And if I'm not mistaken, Jay, is he the last representative of Team Alpha for the day, or? If
no,
so, what
still
away?
one more. We have Mateo Martinez taking on Jet Thompson.
Well, let's take a look at another submission.
And on mat number 3,
a deep rear naked choke.
ADCC Youth World Champion is
The intensity out of these youth competitors cannot be overstated. Well, we get to mat number 1, still a little bit of confusion over Anthony Odell and Rafael Fajeda. 1 penalty for Fajeda. But as we were looking at some of the other action from the other mats, suppose we didn't see the full realization of what came of that Aoki lock. Of course, Anthony Odell very frustrated by the usage of the technique. Already has a knee brace on his right knee. I imagine the ADCC judges are deliberating over what the proper protocol is in this instance. It is the finals of the ADCC Youth Championships. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to FloGrappling.com, go to arena.FloGrappling.com to follow along with the brackets for not just these final moments of the ADCC Youth World Championships, but also for day 1 and day 2 of the 2024 ADCC World Championship. We'll be here at the T-Mobile Arena for the entire weekend. My name is Jake Watson, joined by ADCC Judge Jay Regalbuto. And tonight, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Hall of Fame ceremony, live on FloGrappling at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific time for the 2024 ADCC Hall of Fame ceremony. And following that, the bracket reveal show. You do not want to miss it. All of the brackets, including our newly included under 55 kilogram female division, will be revealed at 7 p.m. Pacific time right here on FloGrappling.com. Rafael Fajeda and Anthony Odell. Seems that there might be some sort of a resolution inbound, as it looks like might be referee John Romero goes to the head ADCC judges table to continue to deliberate with the experts in charge. That is likely why Jay Regalbuto was called to that mat. He is, of course, preoccupied with other responsibilities. Miguel Benitez ready to make a decision. Rafael Fajeda very upset with the decision and refuses to be a part of the hand raise. And Anthony Odell is going to win by disqualification.
Decision on mat number 1, the 2024 ADCC Youth World Champion is Odell.
Anthony Odell wins. And we'll take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. After that, we'll be right back.
Joseph William Bowers Jr. On mat number 2, Mateo Martinez. And his opponent, Jet Thompson. These are the last 2 of the gold medal matches. The super fights are next. Referees, let's get it on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2024 ADCC Youth World Championships live on FloGrappling.com in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Regalbuto, head ADCC judge. Coming up, we are winding down. Not a lot of action left for the Youth World Championships today, but we do have Joseph Bowers, David Mateos dos Santos, Jet Thompson, Mateo Martinez, Grant Garrison, and Christopher Sarkisian. The next 3 athletes to make their way to the stage.
So excited for this one, Jake. Big fan of Jet Thompson, big fan of Mateo Martinez. Mateo Martinez, again, another Alpha Miami representative. Watkins wrecking crew with Jet Thompson. Jet Thompson wrecks adult divisions.
Yeah.
So this is going to be fun. Two big boys here in the 86 kilogram division. White
Jet has a great ability to mix up K-guard, armbar setup, and look at this. Immediately responds to the shot underneath by Mateo Martinez with an armbar attempt.
Which again, the only straight ankle lock is what's available to Jet, which is known as a great leg locker. So you're going to see a lot more upper body attacks here.
I have seen Jet Thompson have incredibly competitive matches with the likes, Jay, of PJ Barch, John Combs, Andy Varela. The kid is no joke, and you see it right here already on the back of Mateo Martinez. Choke fully locked in.
Wow.
I mean, come on, Jet Thompson.
Wow.
In less than 1 minute.
47 seconds to claim that 86 kilogram title. What a powerhouse that kid is.
A performance that speaks for itself, surely. I believe 17-year-old, 16-year-old.
Yes.
Too young to buy a Costco membership card. Jet Thompson.
Jet Thompson, Youth World Championship winner. And we're going to shoot over now to what I believe is the final championship match. And even removing Jet's strength, at least biggest threat strength with the legs, you see that he has no problem switching to upper body attacks, makes his way to the back and transitions it to an strangle from the back very quickly. There we see mat number 1. We got David Dos Santos, another Melky Galvao competitor, taking on Joseph Bauer out of Jay Page's Jiu-Jitsu. 80 kilogram championship here. Dos Santos, shirtless. Bowers in the red and black.
JJ Bowers out of Jay Page's Jiu-Jitsu in Arizona.
Again, this will be the last of the bracketed championship matches. We do have a couple super matches to end the day. Here at the inaugural, from the T-Mobile, inaugural Youth Championships from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Got a nice ring to it. Bowers top position. Shielded right knee of Dos Santos. Trying to invert. Again, with these guys from Melky Galvao Jiu-Jitsu, all very well rounded. You're not able to see the legs, the leg attacks, but I've gotten to be down there and see them in Brazil. In the,
look at this.
Threw that over quick. And see them in the adult divisions using their leg attacks. And incredible to be that well-rounded at such a young age. Bowers looks 30, right?
Yeah, tattoos, you know.
Tattoos, mustache, that highlighted mullet. I dig it.
So far, Bowers having a bit of a tough time finding a solid foundation by which to pass the guard of David Mateos Dos Santos.
And keeping that shielded leg in front.
David Dos Santos actually competed recently at the AIGA Champions
Oh,
Sao
that's
Paulo,
right.
Brazil qualifier as a part of Team Melky Galvao.
Staying seated. Bowers looking to make a quick move by flanking off to his left. And this will be the 80 kilogram final here for the 17 and under boys.
Passing the guard for JJ Bowers here would be an incredible feat, something that even for the likes of Fabricio Andre has had a difficult time doing.
Right. Points are active now, too. Staying very tight, trying to get chest to chest here is Bowers. Good frames coming in from Dos Santos from bottom. And the only penalty that we've seen has come from a guard pull type situation, or we did see the penalty that came in for an illegal technique or aggressive technique, whatever it may be, but nothing from passivity in any of these matches. 40-some finals and no passivity warnings, which is, it just goes to show you what we have to look forward to, you know, in the future in the World Championships. Lassoed over top. Looks like they're going to stop. They're going to pull them back to center. Or he might have been warning him with that ankle lock grip. He may have been warning him about an Aoki. Not sure. I could be wrong, but after what happened in the Odell match, might just be being a little more precautious on that. Let's see if Dos Santos looks to make his way up here. He's got that leg lassoed over. There's that push up to the knee, looking for that wrestle up. Just
JJ Bowers just contorting his knee in such an interesting way.
The
escape.
Patience from Dos Santos here, right? Like he understands that holding that leg. So he had that leg up in the air. They were both standing for well over 3 seconds. He sat back down. He's probably going to get it. Let's see if they give him a penalty.
Willingly sitting guard.
So because it came up from the sweep, looking on a straight ankle here again, he's trying to keep that heel in. He's doing a good job of it right now. That foot starts slipping. Dos Santos is the one that's going to have to address the situation.
Wow, and it did look like it was putting a lot of pressure on the ankle of JJ Bowers.
Yeah. And the non-penalty could have been because he swept up. Again, I'm not sitting at a table counting in my head how long people were up. He might have been up way less than that, what I thought was 3 seconds. But from the wrestle up, if he wasn't up for that 3 seconds, he still has the ability to sit back down and not be penalized, which looks like was what was happened. So, oh, threw that hook in. No dice. They're going to go to overtime.
Wait a second.
Or was the penalty on the board and I just couldn't see it? Yep, penalty was on the board.
Wow. Penalty was
on the board.
In play.
So I was right initially.
Well, that explains a lot of how JJ Bowers was also fighting in that ending situation.
Yeah.
Just wow. JJ Bowers makes it happen.
Under 80 kilogram champion out of Jay Page's Jiu-Jitsu, Joseph Bowers, and we're down to two more super matches.
And David Dos Santos trying to get the back there at the very end. JJ Bowers doing everything he could to prevent those hooks, manages to stave off the attack. And now we cut to a quick break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Coming to mat number 3, Christopher Sarkisian. And his opponent, Grant Garrison. Referee, as usual, once your opponents are in hand, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Jake Watson, joined by Jay Regalbuto. And now it's time for some special showcase super fights here at the ADCC 2024 Youth Championships. Man, it has been a crazy day of seeing new champions crowned. Some of the highest level jiu-jitsu that you'll ever see out of youth competitors here at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it all comes down to these final 3 matches before we head into later on FloGrappling.com, led by Kenny Florian and Ricardo Amendolia, the Hall of Fame ceremony followed by the bracket reveal. But it's the final 3.
Super matches coming up here. Grant Garrison at a Bully Me Now, taking on Christopher Sarkisian at a KD MMA. And then we'll also have Lucas Rubio at a Checkmat, taking on Emmanuel De La Fuente at an AOJ. And then Brody Brandt at a 10th Planet Austin, taking on Mugabe Makarogo at an ATT Tuscaloosa. Last 3 matches. These are all super matches here.
As you can see, all 3 matches.
Got a couple matches already. First match underway. There we go. All 3 are on the mat.
Let's go, number 3.
Christopher Sarkisian in the blue, all black for Grant Garrison. Garrison at a Bully Me Now.
Look at that takedown into a guillotine.
KD MMA, Christopher Sarkisian. He's guillotined off here.
Still trapped.
Garrison holding on to head. Oh, look at, almost looked like he was making his way to the back through defense with Sarkisian. Action on all 3 mats right now. Trying to cut through is Sarkisian. Garrison able to close that guard off.
A lot of pressure forward. Tripoded up, and now.
Oh, look at this. He's trying to close this triangle off. Dead Orchard style with both arms in. See him using that right-handed control. You'll see him start maybe riding that right leg up to try to figure 4 it off. There it is. You'll see him start cranking that down like a ratchet to get that foot underneath. Now both arms are going to be trapped inside this triangle, Jake. Usually you cross one over the other, take that defensive arm away. Let's see what Sarkisian can do here to defend. He's off on that arm.
Wow, so much pressure. Like Grant Garrison looking for this arm bar.
Pulls it through, and
that's it. Wow. Locks the guard up high. Like you said, Jay, starts going for the Dead Orchard. Already a niche submission for adults to do, and yet being showcased here in the Youth Championship. How about Grant Garrison?
Right, super match winner at a Bully Me Now. Dead Orchard. And we have action going on everywhere. Dude, what a championship. Amazing.
And for the first time that this showcase is presented as a part of the ADCC brand, to take place and to have this mantle put upon it, you're at the T-Mobile Arena. How are kids going to show out? Are they going to be exciting? Absolutely is the clear answer. Take a look at this submission from Grant Garrison. High guard, triangle lock, and a fully extended armbar. And now we kick it over to mat 1 rather.
Regular triangle here, well, reversed off. Let's see, up 4-0 is Fuente.
Manuel De La Fuente, Lucas Helio Rubio. Now rolling over into the mount.
De La Fuente, another AOJ representative.
Will we see another triangle armbar?
Rubio on bottom, out of check mat, rolls through. De La Fuente keeping that triangle, pulling down on the head. Rubio really pushing that weight forward. Oh, good angle now. Pulling down on the head. He's got a tight triangle here. And again, you just see Rubio driving that head forward. Now he throws the legs over. He'll try to extend. Oh, had to come back to the knees here. And De La Fuente is not, he's not letting go here. He's going to hold on to this triangle, takes it to the mount position. He is up 12-0 because he's getting, you know, clean sweep points, 4-point move every time he rolls this position. And because he has the triangle, when he's the one that rolls back to his back, he can't be scored on from it.
Have a little bit of controversy perhaps on mat number 2 as De La Fuente switched off to the armbar. But here's a replay.
Ends up inside the guard. Short time. We got 20 seconds here. Up 12-0.
The choke was in, but referee being careful to preserve the health of the competitors.
And final seconds here. Emmanuel De La Fuente out of AOJ is going to take another win home here for the Art of Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Emmanuel De La Fuente takes your super match by a score of 12-0.
And just like that, this whirlwind of a tournament has reached its conclusion as Emmanuel De La Fuente is the final champion crowned, representing Art of Jiu-Jitsu Academy.
Here's where we need your help. If you're near the podium, we need
wow.
to roll up those mats.
What more could be said, Jay?
Listen, this was the accumulation of 18 months of these kids prepping for this, going to all over. Like the Americans were coming down to Brazil, the Brazilians were coming up here, Mexico going to Canada, all over between South America and North America. The last 18 months was the prep for these kids, doing these matches to win their invites to these events. And we just saw 40 amazing divisions filled with champions from, you know, North and South America. We saw some teams really stand out. We saw some big upsets, but just really exciting for it to accumulate to this for all these kids, you know, to see them smile and knowing that they've been working for 18 months just to get here and then to win it. It's amazing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember that you should tune in to the Hall of Fame ceremony as well as the bracket reveal. My name is Jake Watson. This has been Jay Regalbuto. We'll catch you tomorrow on mat number 1 as we kick off day 1 and day 2 of the ADCC World Championships right here on FloGrappling.com.